Hello, my name is Vanessa Bourgeois, and today I'll be talking about the seminars that I attended this year, 2017-2018. It was one of the requirements for my talent class. So here we see the 5 seminars that I attended: cross-generational marketing, when digital becomes human, doing business in the USA, impact of digital innovation, and unleash the power within. Now, the first seminar that I will be talking about is cross-generational marketing. The lecturer for this seminar was Yuri Vandenberg. It was held in Aula Stropkai on the 21st of November 2017. This seminar was a very interesting topic with a speaker that was very fluent in English, and he knew exactly what he was talking about. The presentation was filled with visuals and examples of what he was explaining. He started off explaining the different generations. So Generation X was from 1965 to 1979, Generation Y from 1980 to 1996, Generation Z 1997 to 2011, and lastly Baby Boomers, so those are people from 2012 to 2018. The seminar started off very warm. The speaker was very confident, so he was just there and he interacted with some of the students. We started off the seminar by talking about the Oxford Word of the Year, which at the time was post-truth. And that means when the society believes ideas are framed by emotions rather than facts. And from then on, he went on to explaining different sections, such as a fragile world, an agile mindset, and attention to economy. A Fragile World was about how advertising and marketing is touching sensitive topics or something that can be highly relatable. For example, November 11th was the day that World War I ended, and it's also Singles Day. So companies like Alibaba are using this, so to say, special occasion to profit their business. So there would be like a November 11th Black Friday sales, things like that, more percentage of single traveling. So they use this occasion as a opportunity to boost their sales. For example, Durex is creating From Babies to Babes, and that changes a picture from babies to hot girls, for example. There are other campaigns that the lecturer showed. One is called Do It for Denmark, Do It for Mom, and it is a campaign for partners to leave their children for a holiday break to stay or regain their love again. And I found this very clever. And so I really liked all the different examples that the lecturer gave. And it was very interesting to see all the different advertising there is out there for different aspects. The second part of the talk was about an agile mindset, and this had a lot to do with doing it yourself kind of market. And I found this very interesting, all the different, like I said previously, all the different examples that he gave, and it really gave everyone an idea of the different generations and how they provide different advertising for certain products. So to conclude this lecture, this seminar, of cross-generational marketing. First point is it was a very interesting talk, and we all learned different advertising and how it is affecting the market and how it's affecting different generations. Here you see a picture of me attending the seminar. The second seminar that I attended was When Digital Becomes Human, and this seminar was held by Steven van Belleghem on the 19th of December 2017 in an aula in Kanteenberg. Now, this was actually, compared to the other one, they were both very interesting, but this was one of my favorite seminars this semester. The speaker, Steven, he really knew his presentation by heart, and he would just click his PowerPoint away, knowing each and everything without even looking, and it would just be very coherent, and everything flowed super well. He spoke very fluently, and he was very engaging to listen to. He was not scared to use personal experiences to speak his mind, and sometimes he would even swear, but it really gave the room an ambiance, and he knew what he was talking about, and that made us listen to him 100%. The main topic of his presentation was, of course, technology, and how it is advancing tremendously quick. He gave for example, Alexa. It's like a talking speaker to whom you can make arrangements, send messages, play music, and it can answer questions. And Alexa is from Amazon, by the way. He also made us all think about ways that technology have changed our lives, as well as how fast the world is evolving. He spoke about things like, why hasn't there been a toaster that makes a perfect toast? I mean, there are toasters that can print a face on it, write messages, etc., but there hasn't been a toaster that has been super and making a toast to perfection. Because I found this topic or this seminar so interesting, this is the one that I wanted to do a little bit more research. So because I'm interested in technology and AI, or in artificial intelligence, for eSkills actually we had to talk about something similar, and my critical question was, how far can we trust an AI for official matters? In the seminar by Steven, he explained the case where Alexa, the speaker, so to say, from Amazon, she had been brought to court and helped someone plead innocent. As it is constantly recording and listening to our every move, what I searched into is, how far could this go? How is this going to affect us? And basically how far would this go? Would there be robots and AI lawyers now? Are they gonna testify against or for people? Just really the big question, how far would something like this go? There is even a new robot called Sophia. She can talk to you and communicate with you like a normal person, and can start to get emotions and feelings as time goes on. And of course, as technology advances, she will advance as well. When this happens, would people use robots as, for example, a judge? Because the robot is supposed to be non-biased, but how far can we trust it? Here you can see a picture of me attending this seminar. The next seminar that I will be talking about is Doing Business in the USA. This was held by Elizabeth Kelly, one of the teachers in our school. This was on the 20th of February 2018 in an aula in Kanteenberg. Now, for this seminar, she explained a lot about doing business in the USA, how the different aspects of culture affected how Americans do business. However, during the seminar, I felt as if there wasn't a lot of information specifically on doing business, but more on the cultural differences. For example, she asked a bunch of students to go up front, and they all wrote numbers to how they normally write numbers or how they were taught to, and how they do gestures and how that is different to other cultures. So there would be people that write their sevens differently, or their fours differently, or their letters differently. So we were looking at that. We also spoke about the business culture of Americans and what they are more into and what they're not. Miss Elizabeth, she did mention some do's and don'ts in America, but I don't think that was super relevant to the business world. Nevertheless, she gave some facts and figures about Americans, like how much they spend in college, which sectors of business are they most into, which companies are most attractive, etc. By the end of the seminar, to test whether we were listening and to know that we have captivated all this information, we had a short Kahoot quiz. This was a seminar that I decided to attend because I never really had a huge interest for the USA, but as time goes on, they are the country with the most technology and the most advanced, and so I was like, okay, why not? I should find out about how it is doing business in the USA. The next seminar that I'll be talking about was a workshop brought by students from Rotterdam, the Rotterdam Business School, and the host was Dixon Combo. This was on the 17th of April 2018, and this was in one of the classrooms in Kanteenburg. Now, the seminar is called Impact of Digital Innovation. This workshop, like I said, from Rotterdam Business School, with students presenting 3 different topics. First one was EU laws regarding digital privacy, startups and cloud computing in the EU, and the role of big data in healthcare. Now, each 3 of these little topics were actually very interesting, and I learned quite a lot about digital privacy and how it is protected or not protected here in the EU. For example, with companies, they have certain rules that affects the citizens' rights and as well for the companies, and they have access to citizens' data. Our data is ported, and they have the right to erasure, meaning they can just completely wipe out everything that we have. So this seminar or workshop brought by students, we actually learned a lot. They were very interactive, and we had a very fun, nice, relaxed, but educational workshop. Next, I will be talking about a seminar that I attended outside of school. This is called Unleash the Power Within. The lecturer, his name was Amandeep Thind, and he is actually a pretty famous speaker. He works under Tony Robbins, who is a very, very famous motivational speaker. This seminar or workshop was on the 10th of March 2018, and it was in the Don Hotel Bristol Stephanie in Avenue Louise in Brussels. Now, the name of this workshop is Unleash the Power Within. It was a Tony Robbins free workshop, and it was for the entire day for 2 days, so the 10th and the 11th of March. I really enjoyed this workshop because it was so free. Everyone was in the room sitting. We all had a moment to network. We all had a moment to sort of introduce ourselves to complete strangers. We were all sitting in rows, and after introducing himself and his story, he would do little breaks where everyone would have to stand up and massage the people to their left and the people to their right. So this was just a little icebreaker. And during the talk, he spoke about trusting ourselves more, being more confident, and believing in ourselves. So what we can do and what we think we can do, we need to strive for. What we want to do is important, and we need to strive for that. For example, he was a very poor child living in India, and one day he just sort of woke up and said, okay, this is done. I really need to step up and do what I really want to do. And so the entire workshop, he was talking about that, and obviously introducing Tony Robbins and how inspirational, how motivational his speeches are. And so this is helpful for people who, like us, are in business, are somewhat in the business world, and would like to be more confident and grow within ourselves. So this was a very interesting aspect to know. So the next slide here, you see a picture of us in this workshop. Just to add a little bit. I feel like this is a seminar that really benefited for me, and it was very interesting. And now I have little tips and tricks in the morning to motivate myself, to say kinder words to myself. And I think this would really help when I grow into my career and I really need to have a motivational speech to myself. I really learned that during this workshop. Anyways, thank you for listening to my